right, so let me just preface this video by saying I'm in no way, shape, or form a lighting professional or a color grading professional, but that is the whole purpose of these passion projects that I'm doing, trying to learn lighting, trying to learn color grading, be better at both so I can create something that's aesthetically pleasing. So today's video is about how to light a car scene at night. So let's just jump right into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Neil here, and I'm an inspiring filmmaker. And the purpose of my channel is to talk about gear such as cameras, lenses, lighting, tutorials, other things like that, behind the scenes. So that is exactly what this video is about today. So I had a little idea for a little short in mind, kind of like a little thriller short, which I'll be posting on the channel this week most likely. But I just wanted to take you behind the scenes of that video and show you exactly how I lit that car scene. Special thanks to my homeboy Normac Jets. I'll put his Instagram profile in the description below, as well as the actress slash model slash subject for this little short and this behind the scenes. Her name is Kiera Joy. I'll also leave her modeling Instagram in the description below. But essentially, it's just lighting a car scene for this thriller type of short. And I want to break down and explain exactly how I was able to do so, and also show you the results of what I was able to get. All right, so for this video, I used about 3 different lights, if you will, 4 total, but just 3 different kinds of lights. And those lights were provided to me by Aputure. I am an Aputure lighting partner, and I just want to give a special thanks to them because without these lights, I wouldn't be able to light this scene up the way I wanted to. So I started with my key light, which is an Aputure 600C Pro, which is no longer available. The new 600C Pro Mark II is out, which is an even better light with even more output. But for this particular project, I just have the 600C Pro. And what I did is I set that as a key in front of the car, basically just going towards my subject on her driver's side is where I basically placed that light. So to give the car a little bit of fill, I had a couple of Aputure MC Pros, which I put on the very back of the back seats to basically just kind of give her some fill light when she turned around for the scene, and also act as a rim light on the back of her head to light up her hair a little bit, to give her a little bit of separation from that key light that was coming from the front. And then to mimic a street light, basically I just used the Aputure 300X. So I just boomed that up basically high on a C-stand on the driver's side, basically behind her, behind the subject, if you will. And that acted as a street light. So I essentially set that to 3200 Kelvin. I set the Aputure MC Pros to 3200 Kelvin too, so they would match that, mimicking of a street light that is high up, that is shining from behind on the driver's side. And then my key light, I basically set it to kind of like an RGB color, like a little greenish blue, and you're able to do that with the 600C Pro. Not only is it a bicolor light, it also is an RGB light. So I wanted it to look kind of like a street lamp. Obviously we're at the top of a parking garage, so typically, it can just vary from garage to garage and lights to lights, but typically those lights give off like a greenish, bluish type of, output. So that's what I wanted to do. I set that as far as the RGB settings in the 600C Pro. Love these lights. They're awesome. They gave me more than enough power. The 600C Pro as a key light, as you can imagine, I didn't have to turn it up very much. I think that was at like 18% or something like that. And then I just turned up the 300X that I was mimicking as a street light that's, basically boomed up on the C-stand, really tall, obviously like a street light would be, or an ambient light, if you will. I just went ahead and blasted that to 100% just to give that, kind of full on, just kind of basically blanketing and spilling onto that side of the car to, give that separation between the subject and obviously the background in the scene. And then the MC Pros, I didn't have to even turn those up very much. I think they were at like 5% or 6% because I just wanted to give enough fill so that way she could be illuminated when she turned around, or obviously, like I said before, have a key light. And the camera that I used for this was actually the Blackmagic 6K full frame with the Sigma 28 to 45 1.8. I love that combo. So clean, the image comes out of it. Obviously, if you know anything about Blackmagic cameras, you know they're just great, top-notch quality for the prosumer, filmmaker. And the Sigma 28 to 45, which is a pretty new lens, was provided to me by Sigma, and that is a great lens. I love it. It is beefy. The optics on it are so nice. Focusing in it is so nice as well. So that is the camera and lens combo that I use for this. Along with that, I used a Portkeys LH7P monitor so I can monitor my image. And to me, everything came out pretty good. I wouldn't say great. I wouldn't say stellar. Obviously, not going to win any awards for this, but that's the whole point, right? Like, you want to practice so you get better. You're not going to knock it out of the gate the first try. This was actually the second time that I was shooting this because I didn't like the results of the first time that I shot this, and that was nothing but my fault. But it's kind of hard when you're doing everything yourself, from directing the talent to basically lighting the scene, shooting the scene, making sure everything is where it needs to be and you hope it is. And even after you look at it, it could, not be what you want. And then you don't realize that until after the shoot is done. Plus, we were on a limited time. Basically, we had about 2 hours to get it all done. And I know that sounds like that's plenty of time to some people, but trust me, it's not. Even for a 2-minute short, 2 hours is not enough time. So this was just really for fun, and I just wanted to kind of break this down and how I did everything. And I'm not saying it's the right way to do it, but it's just the way that I did it. I am pleased with the results, but I know I can do way better. So that's the whole purpose, right? We learn, we rinse and repeat, and we do it over again until we get to that point that we really like what we're putting out as far as our projects go. So I hope the video was somewhat informative. I hope it gave you some insight of maybe how you can do the same thing. And again, special thanks to Aputure. These guys rock. I love them. I love being an Aputure partner. It's awesome products that they make. You already probably know that, and I know that, but just special shout out to them. Thank you so much for providing the lights, not only for that project, but I have some upcoming projects that are coming up that I will use the Aputures on. I'm using the 300X currently to light me as a key light. Love this light, especially as a studio light, but it also functions as so much more. So let me know what you think in the comments, good or bad. I'm always up for constructive criticism. Don't come for me in the comments because, like I said at the start of the video, I'm not a professional colorist. I'm not a professional gaffer. So I'm still learning, but I'm just trying to share my experience and my knowledge and give you guys some insights to, what I'm doing, just in case you want to try to do something like that. That's what I'm going to try to do more on this channel, is just give you some lighting breakdowns, tutorials, color grading as I go along the way. And hopefully it helps someone. If it just resonates with someone, just that one person, I'm totally fine with that. And as long as it's helpful and I provided some value to you. And speaking of that, if I did provide some value to you, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up button. That would greatly help the channel. And if you didn't like the video, hey, just give it a thumbs down twice. And I do appreciate you taking the time to come look. And until next time, be safe, be creative, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.